While Elon Musk is raking in hundreds of millions of dollars from the sales of his Tesla electric cars to ordinary humans, it appears he wants in on the government's funds too. After successfully transporting NASA astronauts to space in his Falcon 9 rocket, the billionaire is teaming up with the United States military forces to build a revolutionary spaceflight that will move weapons and soldiers between any two locations on the Earth's surface in less than 60 minutes. This video will explain the terms of this landmark agreement between Musk and the US military for Project Starship. We'll also discuss other related issues around the alliance, such as why is the US military pushing to expand into space? What does this alliance mean for SpaceX and the US military forces? How much would it cost and who's paying for it? Should other countries be scared? The United States military space journey began when the X-37B, a mysterious autonomous orbital vehicle built by Boeing, first took flight in 1999. Everything about this diminutive, reusable spy plane is treated as classified information and reserved for the highest-ranking military and government officials. As we speak, there have been no articles, Wikipedia pages, or videos explaining its features, nor have there been any press conferences or live footage of the 5 missions it has completed so far. It's almost as if the X-37B is camera shy and doesn't want to be known. Some sources believe that this spaceflight is another one of the United States' foremost military weapons, designed to gather information and unleash terror on enemies. However, the X-37B is severely limited in its ability to carry out these missions, which is where the Starship military spaceflight project comes in. The United States military, backed by high-tech weapons and well-trained fighters, is without a doubt the most lethal military force in the entire universe. Nonetheless, a sizable portion of the US national budget is dedicated to increasing military strength year in, year out. This budget is typically divided among heavyweight contractors such as Boeing, Lockheed Martin, and General Dynamics. But Elon Musk's SpaceX is vying for a piece of the financial pie, and the aerospace firm is not far behind. If Musk's plans come to fruition, SpaceX could become the world's leading defense contractor in a short while. Why is the US military pushing to expand into space? Apparently, a lot is happening in space that you haven't heard of. Jeff Bezos wants to build a business arena up there, while his rival, Elon Musk, is pushing to make humans a multi-planet species by creating a permanent human presence on Mars. It's clear that the future of humans is among the stars, and no one wants to be left behind. For the US military, the plan is to continue its earthly mission of safeguarding lives and properties in the world beyond, which is why it is pushing vehemently to expand its operations into space. Ex-President Donald Trump emphasized these facts when he launched the Space Force in 2019, a new US military service overseen by the Secretary of the Air Force. Space is the world's new warfighting domain, Trump said. Among grave threats to our national security, American superiority in space is absolutely vital, and we're leading, but we're not leading by enough, and very shortly we'll be leading by a lot. What does this alliance mean for SpaceX and the US military forces? This cutting-edge partnership will give the United States military a massive advantage over competitors and contemporaries. Top executives at the Pentagon and the US Air Force are reportedly keen to leverage the current multi-billion-dollar commercial investment to develop the largest rockets ever, and with full reusability to develop and test the capability to leverage a commercial rocket to deliver Air Force cargo anywhere on the Earth in less than 1 hour with a 100-ton capacity. In layman's terms, the Starship has the potential to shoot cargo and humans of up to 100 tons of weight from any point on the Earth's surface to another at a supersonic speed of 7,500 miles per hour, ensuring a delivery time of 1 hour or less. According to SpaceX CEO Elon Musk, this reusable rocket will be able to transport up to 100 people or soldiers, as the case may be. I think mostly we would expect to see 2 or 3 people per cabin, and so nominally about 100 people per flight to Mars, Musk said. Theoretically, the Starship could complete the 7,562-mile trip from Florida to Afghanistan within the stipulated time of 1 hour. Whereas the US military fastest and most preferred cargo plane, the C-17 Globemaster III, traveling at 590 miles per hour, will complete the journey in 15 hours. However, the C-17 can airlift up to 3 times the maximum payload of the Starship rocket. Think about moving the equivalent of a C-17 payload anywhere on the globe in less than an hour, General Stephen Lyons, head of US Transportation Command, said during a conference. I can tell you SpaceX is moving very rapidly in this arena. I'm really excited about the team that's working with SpaceX. This reusable spacecraft will undoubtedly redefine the United States military operations in the airspace and the world beyond. For Elon Musk and SpaceX, it can only mean one thing: more military contracts and consequently more money in the bag. Right before we discuss the financial consequences of this partnership, if you've made it this far, make sure to like and subscribe for more content like this. How much would it cost and who's paying for it? Of course, to bring this genius conception to fruition, someone has to burn the night candle and provide the required funds. Information extracted from page 305 of the United States Air Force Justification Book for the 2022 fiscal year shows that $48 million was earmarked to develop the rocket cargo, which is believed to be a decoy name for the Starship military missile. The reported figure is 5 times more than what the US Air Force received for the program last year, although that's just a tiny bit of Starship's $216 million cost price. Here's the trick. The Air Force is not directly injecting funds into the commercial rocket development because SpaceX has paid that price already. Instead, the $48 million would be used to fund the science and technology needed to interface the capability of the Starship to serve the logistics and special mission needs of the United States Department of Defense. Should other countries be scared? Well, it depends on which side of the divide they're on. The United States military already has a scary fleet of land-based military vehicles and weapons. Its capacity in the sky is just as deadly, with hundreds of fighter jets, spy planes and combat helicopters. Now, the force is looking to replicate the same dominance in space. For allies of the United States, this is a welcome development and another forward-thinking move to secure the land, air and space borders of the country as well as that of its allies. But for enemies of the US, this could be game over. The ability to send out freight, weapons and military support to any location in the world within 60 minutes would be revolutionary to say the least. We honestly cannot wait to see it become a reality. As an added bonus, SpaceX could also offer the US military the opportunity to use its Starlink internet domiciled in orbit. This could give the military a special level of data privacy and incredible internet speed. In case you don't know, Starlink is a constellation of orbital satellites designed to transmit internet access of around 100 megabits per second to anybody around the world. Another one of Elon Musk's unrivaled innovative technologies is coming to the fore yet again with this partnership with the United States Air Force. Earlier this year, we caught yet another glimpse of the Starship as Musk showed off its launch and catch tower in a video, and just like Will Roper, the former Assistant Secretary of the United States Air Force, we're stunned. When you can launch an austere airbase in a space capsule, that's freaking awesome, Roper said. Just to be able to have it come down halfway around the world with everything you need to be able to maintain and operate a small fleet of airplanes, refuel it, rearm it and get it back in the fight, he added. What do you think about this alliance? Will it enhance the military's capacity to defend the United States and its allies? Be sure to check out this video over here, the big debate about the future of work explained.